right? So after long time, so api patangamu එදා මම අන්තිමටම ටිකක් කළා profit and loss එක හදන හැටි. හැබැයි මම හිතුවා ඒක මම මුල ඉඳන්ම අපහු කරනවා කියලා. මොකද profit and loss එක හදාගන්න working capital calculate කරගන්න එක balance sheet එක P&L එක හදාගන්න එක තමයි වැදගත්ම කාරණාව SME evaluation එකේදී. ඒකට හේතුව අපිට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් SME එකකදී මේ ඒගොල්ලොන්ගේ ෆයිනෑන්ෂල් පොසිෂන් එක ගැන අදහසක් ගන්න හරි අමාරුයි. මොකද ඒගොල්ලෝ ලියලා නැහැ, එක්ක ලියන්නේ නැහැ, එහෙම නැත්නම් ලිව්වත් හරි දේ අපිට ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට අපිට හොඳ අදහසක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ P&L එක ගැන. එතකොට තමයි අපිට කතා කරලා හරි ඒගොල්ලොන්ගෙන් විස්තරය ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ SME එක පරාසයක් පොඩි SME ගැන තමයි මම එහෙම කතා කරන්නේ. හැබැයි ලොකු SME එකක් වෙනකොට medium size SME එකක් වෙනකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ ගාව P&L එක balance sheet එක තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට අපිට හැකියාව තියෙන්න ඕනේ ඒ P&L එක සහ balance sheet එක analyze කරලා ඒගොල්ලොන්ගේ business එක කොයි වගේද දුවන්නේ, ඒගොල්ලෝ තමන්ගේ කාර්යයන් හරියට කරනවද නැද්ද, තොගය ගොඩක් තියාගෙන ඉන්නවද, අනවශ්‍ය විදිහට තොගය තියාගෙන ඉන්නවද, එහෙම නැත්නම් මෙයාගේ මුදල් මෙයාට ලැබෙන්නේ නැද්ද, විකුණුම් වලින් ණයට විකුණුම් වල මුදල් ආපහු හම්බ වෙන්නේ නැද්ද, ඒ වගේ අදහසක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකට අපිට P&L එකයි balance sheet එක ඇනලයිස් කරන්න පුළුවන්. තුන්වෙනි කාරණාව විදිහට ඒගොල්ලොන්ගේ කාර්ය ප්‍රාග්ධනය, එහෙම නැත්නම් working capital. මොකද business එකක මොන business එකක machine ටික, building ටික මොනවා තිබ්බත් වැඩක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එයාගේ working capital එක හරියට ආවේ නැත්තම්. මොකද business එකේ fixed assets ටික තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි එදිනෙදා කටයුතු කරගෙන යන්න නම් හරියට සල්ලි තියෙනවා. එතකොට අපි බැංක කෙනෙක් විදිහට SME business එක කරන බැංක කෙනෙක් විදිහට business එකක working capital එක තේරුම් ගැනීම අත්‍යවශ්‍ය කාරණාවක්. working capital එක තේරුම් ගත්තේ නැත්නම් අපිට short term facilities කෙටි කාලීන ණය මුදල් ලබා දීමේදී ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙනවා. කොච්චරක් දෙන්න ඕනේද? එහෙම නැත්නම් කොච්චර කාලයකට දෙන්න ඕනේද? ඒ වගේ දේවල් තේරුම් ගන්න working capital එක දැනගෙන ඉන්න. එතකොට අපි P&L එක දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. P&L එක හදන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. balance sheet එක හදන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. ඒක analyze කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. working capital එක දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. ඒ අපේ practical banking aspect. ඒ වගේම මේ course එකේදී ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ practical aspect එක දැනගන්නවා වගේම course එක එක තැනක අපිට තියෙනවා project එකක් කරන්න. එතකොට ඒ project එක අපි පන්තියේදී එකක් කරනවා. ඒකෙදී අපි Excel එකේ project cost එක හදලා P&L එක balance sheet එක cash flow එක evaluate කරලා හදලා evaluate කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම ඒහා සමාන එකක් මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට final project එක ලකුණු 30ක project එකක් විදිහට ඒක දෙනවා. එතකොට ඒක කරන්න නම් මේ part එක හරියටම දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ සමහර අය මම ඔයගොල්ලෝ කොහොමද මොනවද කරන්න කියලා දන්නේ නැහැ. සමහර අය දන්නවා ඇති. හරි? සමහර අය හොඳටම දන්නවා ඇති. ඒත් මම කැමති කිසිම දෙයක් නොදන්න ගානට මේක ඉගෙන ගන්න. ආපහු අහගෙන ඉන්න. හරි නෑ මම දන්නවා කියලා නිකන් ඉන්න එපා. මොකද ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක කරනකොට ස්ටෙප් බයි ස්ටෙප් අපිට මේක කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒක කරන්න මේ නොලෙජ් එක ඕනේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගාව තියෙන නොලෙජ් එකෙන් මට ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක කරගන්න බැරි වෙන්න පුළුවන් සමහරකට. එහෙම වුණොත් ඔයගොල්ලෝ හිරවෙනවා. ඒක හන්ද හරියට අහගෙන ඉන්න. chat එකේ තියෙනවා please lecture in English. Okay. Ravinder, sorry. Oh, right. This is a mixed thing, but I will continue in the mixed language. So what I spoke in Sinhala mainly is you need to understand the importance of the part I'm going to do. I will be taking you through creation of P&L, balance sheet and cash flows. Because in the spectrum of SMEs, we have a smaller SME where they don't write anything. They don't keep any bookkeeping parts because they may be afraid of tax. They may be afraid of giving out the information to others. But for bankers, it is very essential to know the operation levels of SME. So in order to analyze the lower part of the SME, you need to know how to prepare a P&L and balance sheet. Then when it comes to the middle and the upper end of the P&L, SME, they will provide you P&Ls and balance sheets. Then you should have a proper understanding of how to evaluate, because P&L and balance sheet is the mirror of the business or the horoscope of the business, right? If you read the financial position of a business properly, you can tell them whether you are keeping more than enough stocks. Are they collecting their debtors properly? Like that, you can predict how they have operated. The management thinking, management practices, we can predict, right? So you need to know how to prepare. Then you need to know how to analyze the P&L and balance sheet. Then the other most important thing is working capital, right? You may be having all the fixed assets, land, building and everything, but if you don't have money to run the business day-to-day operation, business is in trouble, right? So as a banker, you should know how to calculate the working capital. The other important part why we need working capital calculation and a knowledge on working capital is, in order to finance short term, to decide how much to finance, how long to finance, all those things you need to know what is working capital, how to calculate it, and what is the process involved, right? So it is twofold on your knowledge on working capital. Firstly, to understand the business and get the business running. Secondly, to lend to any business short term, right? That is the practical aspect of this. Then the third other part of the coin is, in this course, we have a 30 marks project. In order to do that project properly, you need to have a very good idea about P&L and balance sheets. How to do it step by step. I will be doing one project here in the class, and I will be giving another similar project. You need to do it after the exam. It is a 30-mark project. So in order to do that, you need the knowledge. So some of you may be having very good knowledge on P&L and balance sheets, but I urge you to listen to me thinking that you don't know anything, right? Don't pretend or don't think that you know everything, and don't listen to me, because I may be giving some practical anchors which I have gained through the business, right? So those things are important, and again, I need you to analyze everything step by step, because it will be helpful for you to pass the exams, right? Okay, so I have shared few handouts. Ratio analysis. Then I have given P&L and P&L creation information. Then I have given a net margin. I will let you know what that is. Then the working capital. I'm trying to finish these things today, right? I'm trying to finish the P&L balance sheet and the working capital today, if time permits, right? Okay. So කාට සිංහලෙන් explanation ඕන නම් මට දැන් කාණ්ඩයක් ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් කරන්න කිව්වා වගේම කියන්න, then I will do it in Sinhala as well, right? Is it okay? I would like to have answers. Right?
That is okay, sir.
Right.
Okay, sir.
Right? Now you can see the board properly. Can you see the board?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? What are the type of people or businesses we meet in the market? Right? First one is a business. First of all, our aim is to identify the cash flows of a business and to capture the cash flows. Cash flow capturing is one of the key most important factor in SME financing, right? Don't just think that if we take a security and lend, we are safe. That is security based lending. No, we are not safe, because once money goes out, taking over a security takes long time. Our aim is to lend money and collect it as fast as possible, right? So businesses, what are types of businesses we have? We have own shop, maybe trading, right? We have our own shop where I just bring goods and I sell, right? Then what do you have? Own manufacturing, own shop, almost similar. Here I don't manufacture, I just bring and sell. Here I manufacture and I sell in my own shop, right? Then what do I have? Own manufacturing plus own distribution, right? I manufacture, then I have my own distribution. I go out and I sell, right? Then what do we have? Manufacture and agent to sell, right? So I manufacture, I am giving to agent, he or she is selling. Then we have manufacture, agents to sell, right? I'm manufacturing and I have several agents to sell. Then what do we have? I am a distributor or agent of a manufacturer. right? Distribution agent of some manufacturer, right? Similarly, it can be similar thing, or you can have distribution of a corporate, right? Again, we can have supply of a corporate. Supply of a corporate. Right? අපි මොකක්ද තියෙන්නේ? අපිට මාකට් එකේ හැප්පෙන්න බිස්නස් ගැන තමයි මම කතා කරන්නේ. හරි? Madhuvanti. You can't see it. I can Mama Mekivan Nadwata. Anyone else who can't see? Or you can't read my handwriting? අනික් අයටත් මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙනවද? ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා නම් මෙතන ටයිප් කරන්න එතකොට මට පේනවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ. Madhuvanti.
Sir, the thing is camera is not focusing to the board.
Camera is not focused to the board.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Institute says may පේනවා හොඳට කියලා. They say camera is okay. Please check your device.
Now it's okay, sir. Now it's okay.
Okay, okay, then fine. Right? Right. So these are the businesses we will meet in the market. මොකද්ද? First I'll go in English, then I'll go in Sinhala. Own shop. It is my own shop. I buy and I sell. So it is a trading business. My small grocery shop or station shop or something like that. Right? Then I manufacture something. Like I'm a shoe manufacturer. I manufacture shoes. Then I sell it in my own shop. Then I manufacture and I sell it to someone else. He or she may be selling and distributing everything. I'm just selling to someone else. Then manufacture, and I have several agents appointed across the country. So I'm giving to them, they are redistributing. Right? Manufacture, agents to sell. This is all, sorry, I missed one. I manufacture, then I have my own distribution. I have my lorries. I go out and I will sell. Right? I manufacture and give it to one person. He or she is selling. Here, I have appointed several agents. I'm manufacturing and I'm giving to them. Then I am a distributor. Someone manufactures, I buy it from them, and I'm going and selling. Then I'm a distributor of a corporate. DSI distributor. Anchor distributor. Then I am supplying shoes to DSI. Or I am supplying milk to Milko. Like that. Right? Then you may think agriculture, fisheries. It's also coming here. I catch, I will give it to someone. I will catch and I have my own trading shop like that. Paddy, I grow, I give it to someone, sell it to someone. Or I have my own rice shop, rice miller, I buy and I can distribute. I have agents to distribute. Like that, everything captures under this. Right? Then මෙහෙම ගත්තොත් අපිට මාකට් එකේ බිස්නස් හම්බ වෙන බිස්නස් දිහා බැලුවාම අපිට හම්බෙන්නේ පළවෙනියෙන්ම මම කඩයක් කරනවා මගේම කඩේ. එතකොට මම බඩු අරගත්තා වික්කා. වැලියු ඇඩිෂන් එකක් නැහැ. හරි? ඒක ට්‍රේඩින් බිස්නස් එකක්. ඊට පස්සේ මම මොනවා හරි නිෂ්පාදනයක් කරලා අර මගේම කඩයක් තියෙනවා මම ඒකේ තමයි විකුණන්නේ. මම ඇඳුම් මහනවා මහලා මගේ කඩයක් තියෙනවා ඒකේ බඩු දාලා තියෙනවා විකුණන. ඊට පස්සේ මම ඇඳුම් මහනවා මහලා ඉවර වෙලා මගේම ඩිස්ට්‍රිබියුෂන් එක මගේ ලොරි වලින් ලංකාවේ එක එක පළාත් වලට විකුණනවා. ඊට පස්සේ මම ඇඳුම් මහනවා හැබැයි විකුණන්නේ වෙන පුද්ගලයෙක් එයාට දෙනවා එයා තමයි විකුණන්නේ. දැන් මට එක එක පළාතට ඒජන්ට්ස්ලා ඉන්නවා. මම නිෂ්පාදනය කළා මම ඒගොල්ලොන්ට දෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලෝ විකුණලා තමයි මට දෙන්නේ. මම ඩිස්ට්‍රිබියුෂන් එකක් කරන්නේ. මම නිෂ්පාදනයක් කරන්නේ නැහැ. මම මහානායකෙන් අරගෙන මම විකුණනවා. මම ගිහිල්ලා තැන් තැන් වලට විකුණනවා. distributor of a manufacturer. මම DSI එකේ බඩු විකුණනවා. corporate business එකක බඩු විකුණනවා. මෙතන දෙනවා මම corporate business එකකට මොනවා හරි ලබා දෙනවා එක්කෙනෙක්. මම සපත්තු හදන එක්කෙනෙක් නම් මට පුළුවන් DSI එක සපත්තු දෙන එක්කෙනෙක්. මම කිරි සප්ලයර් කෙනෙක් නම් මම කිරි ගොවියෙක් නම් මට පුළුවන් මිල්කෝ එකට කිරි ලබා දෙන්න. එතකොට මම සප්ලයර් කෙනෙක් වෙනවා corporate. ඒත් මෙන්න මේ ටික තමයි මට හිතෙන විදිහට සහ මගේ අත්දැකීම අනුව මාකට් එකේ හම්බෙන්නේ. ඊට අමතරව මොනවා හරි කව වෙච්ච නැති තැනක් තියෙනවා මට පෙනිච්ච නැති තැන. පැය 4ක් කම්පියුටර් එකට කතා කරන්නේ හරි අමාරු වැඩක්. ඕගොල්ලෝගෙන් සහායක් ඕනේ. හරි? මේ ඕන් ෂොප් එකේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන් just a retail trade or a wholesale trade, right? Anyone has idea? What else can I add? Service providing. It is also similar to this. I'm a software service, software company. I'm doing this and I'm giving it to someone else. So we will put service providers. What this one? Manpower service provider. Right? Thank you, Tilly. Anything else? Anyone else? Right? Then we බලමු මේගොල්ලන්ට සල්ලි හම්බ වෙන ක්‍රම මොනවද? The ways they are getting their cash money. Right? What will they get? Service providers first. They will get cash. Right? If you sell on cash, they will get cash. Or they will get post-dated checks. Right? Future dated checks, post-dated checks. Or they will get GRNs. Right? Good received notes. Or service received notes. Right? So they will get that. Then own shop, normally we will get cash, 100% cash or just credit. If it is a wholesale thing, we have cash, we have PDCs, right? Manufacture and distribution, we have cash, PDCs, we have cash, PDCs, and bill to bill. Right? I will write bill to bill here as well. Right? Manufacturing agents, cash, PDCs, cash, PDCs, distribution of a manufacturer, again cash and PDCs, and bill to bill. Distributor of a corporate, cash, PDCs, and bill to bill. Supplier to a corporate, we may get cash, PDCs, O, G, R, N. Right? මොනවද අපිට හම්බෙන්නේ? සර්විස් ප්‍රොවයිඩර් කෙනෙක් නම් අපේ සර්විස් එක ලබා දුන්නාම කෑෂ් හම්බෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් මතුදාතම චෙක් එකක් PDC එකක් හම්බෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් සර්විස් එක ලබා ගත්තා කියලා ඉන්වොයිස් එකක් ලැබෙන්න පුළුවන්. GRN good receive note එකක් හම්බෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට තමන්ගේම කඩේක බඩු විකුණනවා නම් අපිට කෑෂ් තමයි වැඩිපුර හම්බෙන්නේ. ඉදලා හිටලා ණයට වික්කොත් චෙක් එකක් හම්බෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් මම මෙතන bill to bill කියලා ගහලා ඉරි ගහලා තියෙනවා තැන් දෙකක. I have said bill to bill and just underline that. That is to say, it is just credit sales, right? It is credit sales. I am not getting anything. Post dated check, I get a instrument. Post dated check කරන මට instrument එකක් තියෙනවා. Bill to bill එකේදී instrument එකක් නැහැ. Anyone who does not know what is bill to bill, please? Everyone knows about it?
It's like paying against post-dated checks.
No, it is not. There is no instrument.
If you can just describe about that. Better if you can just describe about that.
Okay, bill to bill is like this. Normally bill to bill comes in distributor. See, whenever there is a distributor, bill to bill has come in. Distributor, bill to bill, right? All distributors, bill to bill. It happens like, first I'll explain in English. It happens like this. I go to a shop. I am a pen distributor or I am a pen seller. I come to you to sell pens, right? You are my shops. So I will give pens to the value of 10,000 rupees. Then you will say, no, I don't have money. Oh, even my checkbook is finished. What can I do? You will sign on my bill to say that you received 10,000 rupees worth goods, right? You don't give me anything. You just sign on my bill. Then I go back after 2 weeks or 1 month, I come back to you and ask for the earlier bills money. If you give me 10,000, I will give you goods again, right? If you don't give me 10,000, you give me 5,000 rupees, I will give goods only up to 5,000, right? So always there is one bill worth of goods with you. That is bill to bill. Because you are not giving me anything, you are just signing on my bill and you are taking the goods. After selling, you will pay me when I come on the next time, right? Bill to bill එකේදී ඔයගොල්ලෝ මට සල්ලිවත් post dated check එකක්වත් දෙන්නේ නැහැ. මගේ බඩු ටික ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගන්නවා අරගෙන ඉවෙලා මගේ බිලේ අස්සනක් ගහලා දෙනවා මම බඩු ටික බාරගත්තා මෙච්චර ගානකට. එතකොට මාසෙකට හරි සති දෙකකට හරි පස්සේ මම ඕගොල්ලොන්ට ආපහු ඇවිල්ලා මම කියනවා මගේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා බිල පෙන්නලා මේකේ සල්ලි ගෙවන්න. මම බඩු දාන්නම් මට මේක ඉස්සෙල්ලා එකේ සල්ලි ඕන. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලෝ සල්ලි ගෙවුවොත් මට ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ 10000ක් වෙනකම් මම ආපහු බඩු දෙනවා. 10000කට වැඩි අඩු ප්‍රමාණයක් නම් මම සල්ලි දුන්නේ මම ඔයාලට දෙන්න කැමති 10000ක් වෙනකම් විතර නම් මම 10000 ඉතුරු ගානක් මම හිතුව 5000ක් මට ගෙවුවයි කියලා මම 5000ක බඩු දෙනවා. එතකොට ගිය පාර බිලෙන් 5000ක් එන්න තියෙනවා අලුත් බිලක් දීලා තියෙනවා 5000ක්. හරි ඔයා 10000ක් මට ගෙවන්න තියෙනවා. මම ආපහු ගියා. ගිහලා ආයි සති දෙකකින් ඇවිල්ලා පහුගිය බිල් වල සල්ලි ඉල්ලනවා. ඔයා සල්ලි ගෙවුවාම මම ආපහු බඩු දෙනවා. එතකොට හැමතිස්සෙම එක බිලක සල්ලි බඩු ඔයා ගාව තියෙනවා. ඔයා එකේ සල්ලි ගෙවුවාම තමයි මම තව බිලකට බඩු දෙන්නේ. Right? Are you clear? Bill to bill.
Yes, sir.
Clear නැත්තම් බය නැතුව කියන්න clear නැහැ කියලා. I don't have any problem of repeating because I want to give knowledge as much as possible because SME lending is a very practical thing. Without knowing the market and the base, you will not be able to lend. So I take it as that you are okay what is bill to bill, right? Okay. And එතකොට see service provider mainly we will have these two. Cash very limited. Own shop or wholesale you will have this maximum. Limited PDCs. Own this thing, own manufacture and sale, you will have cash, you will have this limited this PDCs. Right? Own distribution, you will have major part this. Secondly this, then you will have limited of this. Manufacturer and agent to sell, mainly this. Mainly this. Right? Here you will have this mainly. Again, corporate, you will have PDCs, you will have bill to bill. Supplier, you will have mainly this one. Limited of this, very limited of this. Right? Why am I telling you which part has the most and which is the lower? ඇයි මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කියන්නේ මේක ගොඩක් තියෙනවා මෙයාට මේක ගොඩක් තියෙනවා මෙයාට කියලා. Because in our day-to-day business, when a customer comes into you and discuss, I will come to you and I will say, I am a distributor of DSI, right? I need 500,000. So if you know this and these items, straight away it should click in your mind, okay, he is a distributor. That means he should have post-dated checks. Then you know where to capture my cash flow. Cash flow එක අල්ලගන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා. මම DSI එකේ distributor කෙනෙක් sir. මට ලක්ෂ 5ක loan එකක් ඕනේ. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලොන්ට ටක් ගාලා ක්ලික් වෙන්න ඕනේ. මෙයා distributor කෙනෙක් නම් මෙයාට සල්ලි හම්බ වෙන්නේ කොහොමද? මෙයාගේ අතේ checks තියෙන්න ඕනේ. මෙයා bill to bill ගෙවනවා කියන්නේ මට ඒකේ සල්ලි ගන්න බෑ. ඒක risk එකක්. මොකද මම දෙවනි සැරේ කඩේට යනකොට ඒ කඩේ වහලා තිබ්බොත් මට කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. මට ප්‍රූව් කරන්න බෑ මේ බිලේ බොරු අස්සලක් ගහලා දන්නේ. මට කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. මම ඩිස්ට්‍රිබියුටර් කෙනෙක් නම් මට හම්බෙන කෑෂ් ප්‍රමාණය හරිම අඩුයි. මට වැඩිපුරම හම්බෙන්නේ checks. ඒක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තේරෙන්න ඕන. මොකද SME business එකේදී බැංකු කරුවාට business එක තේරෙන්න ඕනේ කියන concept එකේ තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ ඉන්නේ. ඔයා මම බැංකුවට ඇවිල්ලා එයා කතා කරනකොට ඔයාට business එක තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් SME එකේ ඇවිල්ලා කතා කරන්න කැමති නැහැ. Right? If you are in the SME business, you should know the business. You should act like a business person. Right? Otherwise, SME people, they don't like to speak to you. Right? Whenever someone comes and sit in front of you and start discussing, you remember this. What is he doing? If he is doing that, he should get his money from these ways. Right? So that is our ability to capture the cash flow. Right? Please write it down. It will be useful for you in your day-to-day business. Any questions on this? GRN. What is GRN? Good receive no. I supply something, right? Then my buyer will take everything and give me a receipt saying I got 5,000 pens manufactured by you, valued at 25,000. I will pay you after so many days. GRNs also, you have two types. GRN, you have two types. First one, quality checked and accepted. Second one, checking, pending, goods received. Check කරලා බඩු බාරගත්තා. Check කරන්න pending ඒ වුණාට බඩු බාරගත්තා. Value එක රුපියල් ලක්ෂයයි 100,000 worth to be paid 30th 7/21. 30th 7/21. This is the GRA. Right? Tell me, I have A, I have B. Which one is dangerous? A or B? මේක තමයි GRN දෙක quality check කරලා බඩු බාරගත්තා ලක්ෂයක් වටිනවා බඩු ටික 30 වෙනිදාට 7 වෙනි මාසේ 30 වෙනිදාට සල්ලි ගෙවනවා. දෙවැනි එකේ තියෙනවා check කරලා නැහැ බඩු මම බඩු බාරගත්තා ලක්ෂයක් වටින 7 වෙනිදාට සල්ලි ගෙවනවා. කොයි එකද භයානක? Which one is dangerous? A or B? I need answers. 50% of the class. I have 23 people here. Yes.
B, sir.
B is
dangerous.
B, sir.
Okay. What about
B
that?
is, B is the dangerous one.
Why B? Why B?
Because the buyer can always claim that he has not checked the goods, and later he would say that he finds it defective.
Okay, that's good. Great. Yeah, he can return, right? He can return here. He can't return here. He has checked and taken it. Right? Now, if you have a GRN like this, as a banker, you are sure you are getting money on this. Here, you can't predict. There can be quality issues. There can be defects. So, though it is 100,000, you may get only 50,000 for the period because there can be reject. Very good. Right? So, this is a GRN. Right? Take 2-3 minutes and write it down. Once you are finished, just say, done, know something. Or do you want, you don't want time? වෙලා ඕනද නැද්ද? දැන්ටමත් ලියාගෙනද තියෙන්නේ? Any part not clear, please ask me. Once finished, say okay. Six people has completed. Seven, 8, 9, 11, 12, 'Okay, more than 50% of the class finished. Anyone more time? Right. I'll start again from this side. You can see this point. Can you see here?
Yes.
Okay. Right. That is the way businesses will run and how they will sell. Businesses දුවන්නේ කොහොමද සහ ඒගොල්ලෝ විකුණන විදිය තමයි ඒ පැත්තට බැලුවේ. හරි. දැන් අපි බලමු P&L එක හදන විදිය. We will see how to create a P&L. Right? What is P&L? Turnover. එහෙම නැත්නම් sale. Right? What do you mean by sale? Price into quantity. Product P1 Q1. Price 2 Q2. Product දෙකයි. Price 3 into Q3. So you can go on like this. PN QN. Right? I'm an electronic good shop, selling shop. I have TVs, washing machines, refrigerators, irons, radios. So I have different products. Right? So I will have product quantity sold per month and price, average price. Similarly, you will have. So turnover equals sigma n equals 1 to capital N Pn Qn. Or we have a product mix, right? We have a product mix, so it can be several products into several prices. So this denotes this one, right? That is the turnover. Turnover equals price into quantity, right? Ita passe we have those things: cash, credit, right? We sell and we get cash, then it is cash sales. We sell but we don't get cash, we will get what is it? PDCs, GRNs, or bill to bill. Right? I hope you have finished writing down that part. So I'm going to erase it. I'm going to erase it from this side. Right? Right. So turnover, price into quantity. Cash or credit. How are we going to sell? Cash or credit? Credit sales, it is postage checks, good receipt notes, or bill to bill. Right? This part is called credit sales. This is cash sales. Right? Two different things. Cash sales, we get the money as soon as we sell the goods. Credit sales, we will take credit period. Right? That is maybe 7 days, maybe 14 days, maybe 30 days, maybe 90 days, like that. It is a credit period. Right? So I am a shoe manufacturer. and I sell my shoes to DSI. I have come in front of you. You are my bank. ඔගොල්ලෝ මගේ බැංකුව මම ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉස්සරහට ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ මම සපත්තු හදන එක්කෙනෙක් මම වැඩි හරිය දෙනවා DSI එකට. ඒක දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ ඔළුවට එන ප්‍රශ්න මොනවද? ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඔළුවට එන්න ඕනේ මම කොහොමද මෙයාගේ cash flow එක අල්ලගන්නේ? මෙයා මොකද්ද? I'm a shoe manufacturer. I'm selling major part to DSI. I have come in front of you as my banker. Now you have to think. What is he doing? How is he getting his money? And how can I capture the cash flows? Because this is the process we are going to follow when you are interviewing a SME customer. Your aim of interviewing a SME customer is to fill the P&L and the balance sheet. Right? මොනවද ඔයා කරන්නේ? මම සපත්තු හදනවා. විකුණන්නේ කොහොමද? මගේ කඩේ මම සපත්තු විකුණනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් මම ගිහිල්ලා විකුණනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් මගේ ඒජන්ට් මම දෙනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් මම DSI එකට සප්ලයි කරනවා. So your question, what are you doing? I'm a shoe manufacturer. Yes, Indika, GRN relates to purchasers. I purchased. I have a credit note. I sell. මම බඩු ටික වික්කාම මට හම්බෙන්නේ GRN එක. Credit sale again. Right? I go and I give you goods. Right? So I will get my GRN. Good receive note. They have received. I'm getting it. Right? Indika, clear that?
Okay, sir.
Right. So it is both sides, right? What do I need to know? What am I producing? What is the price, average price, on average price, and on average quantity? On average quantity and mage samanyen gana. Like mang sapattu kutta 10000ක් හදනවා. Average sapattu kuttamaga price එක 1200යි. මගේ sale එක sapattu ලක්ෂය into 1200. This is my sale. Price, quantity. Right? I'm manufacturing 100,000 shoes per month. I'm selling on average 1,200. So this, because I may not be able to go into all details, but at least on average. Right? Right. We know this. Then my second question, how are you selling this cash and credit? What is the percentage of cash? Making what percentage is cash? What percentage is credit? Right? What percentage? 80%ක් credit, එහෙම නම් 120ක් cash. වට මෙහෙම කඩලා ගන්න පුළුවන් නම් තව හොඳයි. බැරි නම් at least you need to know what percentage of your sales is credit. Right? Then yes, we have credit, you know the percentage. Then you need to know what is the credit period you are giving. Credit period. This one. What is the credit period you are giving? It can't be, ma'am, 30 days. I'm giving only 30 days. It can't be. For some people, you may be given 7 days. Some people, you may be given 40 days. Some people, you may be given 20 days. So it can be a range, 7 to 30, or on average 30, right? So first question from a SME is, what are you doing? Second question is, how are you selling? This is to capture these parts. This entire thing from here to here is called TOT, terms of trade. Terms of trade. කොහොමද අපි විකුණන්නේ? මට කොහොමද සල්ලි හම්බෙන්නේ? කොච්චර කාලෙකින්ද සල්ලි හම්බෙන්නේ කියන එක. අපි විකුණන ක්‍රමය. right? මේක තමයි වාගේ දෙවනි ප්‍රශ්නය. මේක දැනගන්න ඕනේ PNL එකේ පළවෙනි ලයින් එක මේක හදාගන්න. සහ අපේ ඉස්සරහට අවශ්‍ය දේවල් වලට මේක දැනගෙන යන්න ඕනේ. In order for us to use information when we are going deep into PNL and balance sheet, you need to know this. So this part you need to be clear. Hi, are you clear or do you want me to repeat? පැහැදිලිද මොන හරි කියන්න ඕනද?
Clear, sir.
Others? Can I move forward? Okay. Right. So if you have any questions, please stop me and ask me. I don't have any issues. Right. So then if I take the PNL to this side, turnover equals price into quantity, right? Then you need to know what percentage cash, credit percentage, and credit period, right? How can we get the information for this? Right? Turnover level information. You can have prepared accounts. What kind of accounts? Best, maybe the worst is audited account. Secondly, management account, right? That is, the owner or the company management gives you a set of accounts signed by them. Firstly, it is the audited account. It is audited. It has to be a proper audit account. So spectrum of SMEs, large SMEs to small SMEs, maybe here you have this. Then we have another set prior to this. This is the third. Second is certified accounts. There is a difference between audited and certified. There are bookkeepers, some people, not certified auditors, chartered accountants, they will prepare and sign the document. Those kind of accounts are certified accounts, audited, certified, and management. Management accounts are always The management gives you accounts, right? The problem here is audited accounts, normally they are under disclosed. අපිට හරි picture එකක් ගන්න බෑ audited accounts වල. බොරු තමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට තියෙන්නේ. turnover එක අඩුවෙන් පෙන්නලා cost එක වැඩියෙන් පෙන්නලා loss එකක් පෙන්නලා profit අඩු කරලා පෙන්නලා. ඇයි අපි හරි බයයි tax ගෙවන්න. මේ region එකේ අඩුම tax percentage එකක් තියෙන්නේ අපේ රටේ. හරි ඒ වුණාට අපි හරි බයයි අපිව tax වලට අහුවේ කියලා. So we don't disclose anything. When you come to a bank, it is very difficult for us to understand the financials, right? Their operation levels are measured through the financials. So it is very difficult. So first is to get this audited, certified or management, right? Then if it is management, okay, good. Then how to verify? You can have bank statements. Right? We have a very big myth. Right? Our myth is SMEs are not banking. You go and speak to the money lenders in the market. What will they say? They say if they are not doing banking with the bank, we are not going to lend them money. I have spoken to several money lenders. They don't lend money if the borrower can't show a bank account. It can be a current account or it can be a savings account, whatever. They do maintain current account or savings account. It can be their name or it can be different name. You go to markets like Peta, Olmo Street, Bazaar markets. They maintain accounts in several names. So you should be able to identify that. सामान्य बिजनेस करना है करंट अकाउंट या खाली सेविंग्स अकाउंट या खाली एक एक कोई आगे नामට නැත්නම් वाइफ के नामට නංගිගේ नामට පුතාගේ नामට හරි තියෙනවා. අපි ඒක අල්ල ගන්න try කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒක කරන්න නම් අපිට එයා ගැන එයාට අපි ගැන විශ්වාසයක් build වෙන්න ඕනේ. හරි? අපිට ඕල්මුව ඒ වගේ බසා මාකට් එකට ගියොත් කඩේ වැඩ කරන අයගේ නම් වලටත් account කරලා මේක accounts යනවා. අපි මාකට් එකේ ওই money lender කෙනෙක් ගාවට ගියොත් ඒගොල්ලෝ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? බැංකුවක account එකක් නැත්නම් අපි සල්ලි දෙන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි බැංකුවකට ආවම කියන්නේ අපි accounts maintain කරන්නේ නැහැ. අපිට මොකොත් නැහැ. අපි දෙන්න හදනවා සල්ලි. එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලෝ කොහේ හරි maintain කරනවා. සල්ලි දානවා. පොඩ්ඩක් හරි දානවා. ඒකට අපිට පොඩ්ඩක් හරි දාපු දේ අල්ලගත්තොත් එතනින් එහාට bill කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? So we need bank statements. You can verify with bank statements. Right? If they don't have bank statement, if anything, it don't need to be a current account. It can be current account, it can be savings account. Then they have bills, books. Bill books. මොකද්ද මේකේ බොහොම ප්‍රසිද්ධ එක on approval නමංකමක් නැහැ. On approval bill books. නම් ගන්න තියෙනවා. At least they will have those things. Right? එහෙම නැත්නම් even written book. Any book ඒගොල්ලෝ පොතක හරි ලියලා තියෙනවා. Right? You take a fisheries boat. මාළු බෝට්ටුවක් ගන්න. That boat owner has a book. There they write all the expenses and the income. Right? You can have your own bill books. You can have on approval bill books. Or you can have just on a book, you write daily accounts, daily sales. So you should be able to get any of these. I'm talking about this side now. Right? So what you do when you discuss the business with them, ask them to prepare their turnovers for 12 months. Monthly basis 12 months, I will ask for some verification. Jan to December, suddenly you say I need May, I need August. Show me the bill books. You will have to do the dirty part. Go through the bill books, write down, add up all the things. Then you will verify. Verification is an important part. අමාරු part එක ඔයගොල්ලෝ තමයි කරන්න වෙන්නේ. මාස 12ට ලියන්න කියලා ඒකෙන් බලලා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පුළුවන් කියන්න right මට අප්‍රේල් මාසයක දෙන්න, මේ මාසයක දෙන්න, එහෙම නැත්නම් ජූනි මාසයක දෙන්න. බිල් පොට් ටික අරගෙන ඔයගොල්ලන්ට එක්කව කරන්න වෙනවා. එක්කව කරලා බලන්න වෙනවා මේ කියන කතාව ඇත්තද කියලා. At least මේ කියන declare කරන turnover එකකින් 70-80% වත් අපිට verify කරගන්න පුළුවන් නම් that is good enough. Why we have a cash position? Right? If at least we can verify through bank statements or bill books, 70-80% that should be enough because we have cash. Cash may not go here. Right? Other problem we have in verifying is they get post-dated checks. Right? Currently, we have a practice in the market of giving out these third-party checks for purchasers. I get checks, but I don't deposit it to my account. When I am buying, I will give those checks and buy. They are called third-party checks. I am giving out. මට හම්බ වෙනවා checks. ඒ වුණාට මම මගේ account එකට දාන්නේ නැහැ. මම බඩු ගන්නකොට ඒ checks ටික දීලා බඩු ගන්නවා. So checks are routing differently. Right? So those are difficult problems. So we have accounts this side, then you have this. So even you have management accounts, you can ask for bank statements, or you can ask for bills, whatever. If they have written and given you, you need to verify. Otherwise, they can write anything. Right? So write it. If they have audited accounts, fully chartered accountant base, then you can't do anything. But most of the cases in SMEs, audited also very much understated. Right? Then we have a issue of understanding the level of operation. When we don't know the level of operation, funding will be difficult. He's asking for 20 million. I can justify only 2 million. Why? We don't know the proper operational levels. Right? එතකොට අපිට මේ ටික අහලා මේ විදිහට verify කරගන්න ඕනේ. bank statement එකකින් හරි bill book එකකින් හරි මොන හරි ලියපු පොතකින් හරි verify කරගන්න. නිකම්ම හරියන්නේ නැහැ. turnover එකේදී මෙන්න මේ ටික කරගන්න ඕනේ. turnover එකේ price into quantity, cash and credit sales. Right? මේ turnover එක ගන්න ක්‍රම තමයි prepared accounts, management and verification. Certified accounts. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් verify කරන්න bank statements ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ තුනෙන්ම turn මේක නැත්නම් if you don't have this you can work out the turnover using this. If you have this you can verify with this. These are the source documents. These are source documents. Verification documents or the base documents for this. Is that part clear to you? Are you clear?
Yes.
Okay, right. Right? So turnover equals price into quantity. Right? We worked out how we are going to do. Then we have something called direct cost. Right? What are direct costs? Direct costs are the cost items which are directly linked to the quantity you sell. I'm taking assumption quantity you manufacture equals quantity you sell. Quantity you manufacture and quantity you sell. I'm taking an assumption. Right? Direct costs are the costs which directly link to the quantity. Right? අපේ quantity එක වෙනස් වෙන කොට වෙනස් වෙන වියදම් තමයි direct cost කියලා ගන්නෙ. All the costs which changes with the quantity you manufacture is called direct cost. Right? අපිට direct cost just තුනක් තියෙනවා. We have three direct costs, main three direct costs. Raw material, labor, electricity. Raw labor, power. Right? These three are changing with the production or the sale. The quantity you sell or you produce changes. These things changes with that. Right? But I'm a manufacturer of these pens. Right? I'm producing 100,000 units per month. Units. Right? Per one unit, I need 50 grams of polypropylene, PP. Plastic material, I need 50 grams. Right? That means if I produce 1 pen, I need 50 grams. If I produce 10,000, I need 50 grams of 10,000. If I produce 50,000, I need this much. For raw material is directly linked to the quantity. So I need raw material. If I am a shoe manufacturer, you should ask how much material you use for the month. What is your cost for the month? How can you verify that? Purchase invoices. Purchase invoices. Right? Verification method is purchase invoices. හැමතිස්සෙම බඩු ගන්නකොට ඔයාට පොඩි බිලක් හම්බ වෙනවා. ඒ බිල් ටිකෙන් තමයි ඔයාට දැනගන්න පුළුවන් කොච්චර මේ කියන විදිහටම වියදමක් යනවද කියලා. Right? So raw material is the material requirement for his or her manufacturing part. If I am having a grocery shop, these are all dal, rice, dry fish, salmon, bee onion, all those things comes here. Right? Raw material. I'm selling normally 100 kilos of rice. What is your cost for that? So selling price and price comes here, purchasing price comes here. So any cost which changes with the quantity you sell or manufacture is raw material. Direct cost, raw material is the material you use. Then you have labor, right? So your maybe third or fourth questions. What is your material cost? කොච්චර වියදම් වෙනවද ඔයාලට මාසෙකට? දැන් සපත්තු හදන එකෙක් අහන්න වෙනවා. ලෙදර් ගන්න කොච්චර යනවද? හීල්ස් ටික ගන්න කොච්චර යනවද? බකල්ස් ගන්න කොච්චර යනවද? Right? You should know based on the industry, the person who are in front of you and what he is doing, you should need to ask. Use your common sense to ask. For a fish boat, multi-day fish boat, what are the direct costs? Boat. What? Where goes power? Then bait, hammer, again raw material. All other materials, they take rice to apple to cheese to everything goes here. Right? If you are a shoe manufacturer, leather, buckles, heels, all those things goes here. If you are a grocery, all the items, dal, sugar, rice, all those things goes here. If you are a manufacturer of pens, you have plastic, you have packing material, right? All those things goes here. right? So based on the industry person who is in front of you, you should ask the question, right? So first one is raw material. Then the second one is labor. You have two types of labor. Labor. We have two types of labor. Factory labor and office labor. This is office staff. Who has a direct involvement with the quantity you sell is labor here. If you are a manufacturer of clothing, right, finished garments, all factory, the girls who are sewing, it goes here, right? Normally they say if you are paid per piece, it goes here, right? But nowadays it is fixed salary plus additions. So how we say, if you have a direct involvement with the quantity, then it is labor here, right? Salaries, you can check that. Then you have electricity, third one, electricity and power, right? That is your electricity, your diesel for your generators, all those things are coming here, right? Because the number of units of electricity used depends on the quantity you manufacture, factory electricity. Right? Api labor කියන්නේ factory එකේ එහෙම නැත්නම් නිෂ්පාදනයට directly සම්බන්ධ වෙන අයගේ පඩිනඩි. ඊට පස්සේ electricity කියන්නේ factory එකේ production එක සඳහා යන electricity. හරි? units කීයද? production එක වැඩි වෙනකොට electricity බිල වැඩි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම මට generator එකකුත් දුවනවා නම් generator එකට යන diesel වියදමත් මෙතනට එනවා. හරි? සමහර වෙලාවට මෙතන තියෙනවා direct overheads කියලා දෙයක්. මම මේක ගන්නෙ නැහැ. like factory එකේ පාවිච්චි වෙන ඔය පිහදාන material, cleaning material, cotton waste, පොඩි දේවල්. factory එකේ machine වල තියෙන පොඩි repairs, ඒ cost ටික මෙතනට වැටෙනවා. but mainly these three, right? raw material, labor and electricity. මේක තමයි තුන. labor, wages, this is electricity, bills, and 12 purchases. Right? Even verify karagana, පුළුවන්, you can verify with this. Then we have, now we will start the profit. Gross profit. Gross profit equals, if this is a addition of these three, B, gross profit equals A minus B, which is C. Right? Gross profit කියන්නේ direct cost එක අඩු කළාම එන profit එක තමයි gross profit විදිහට අපි ගන්නෙ. හරි? Right. Any questions up to now? Is it clear? All are sleeping or what?
Understood, sir.
Okay, so we'll take a break. Now it is 3:03. So we will try to meet at 3:15 to 3:20, maximum by 3:20. Right? Let's start. So we worked on the turnover, then direct cost. Any cost which changes with the quantity is called direct cost. Raw material, you can check with invoices and those things. Then wages, this is the labor. It is the payment for workers who are directly involved in production or sale. Then electricity and power. This is the electricity and power which is required for the production process, the factory purpose, electricity bills and fuel purchases. Then we get the gross profit, right? Gross profit is turnover minus the direct cost, right? That is gross profit, right? Right. Then we have overheads. Right? Any cost which does not change with the quantity you sell or the quantity you produce is called overhead, right? Right? Any cost which does not change with the quantity you sell is called overhead. අපේ නිෂ්පාදනය හෝ විකුණුම් සමග වෙනස් නොවන සියලුම වියදම් අපි overheads කියලා ගන්නෙ. අපිට overheads જાති තුනක් තියෙනවා. administrative, එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි කියන admin කියලා, admin overhead, selling overhead and finance, right? Admin, selling, finance. The උදාහරණයක් විදිහට factory manager ගේ salary, right? Factory manager ගේ salary කියන්නේ overhead එකක් විදිහට. මෙතනට නෙමෙයි. Why? We don't pay based on the number of quantity for factory manager. Whether you produce or not, you have to pay the factory manager. So it is a cost here. Then rent, right? Rent. Whether you sell or not, if you have rent payment, you need to do the rent payment. හැදුවත් නැතත් වැඩකලත් නැතත් rent එක ගෙවන්න ඕන. Then insurance, right? හැදුවත් නැතත් මොන වැඩ කළත් නැතත් වහලා තිබ්බත් factory වගේ insurance premium එක ගෙවන්න ඕන. ඒ ඔක්කොම යන්නේ admin overheads කියලා. business එක පවත්වාගෙන යාම සඳහා අවශ්‍ය සියලුම වියදම්. The expenses we need to incur in order to maintain the business. Whether you produce or whether you sell or not, you have to incur. That kind of expenses are categorized under admin overhead, right? any cost. So we call OS or indirect cost. Right? It does not change with the quantity we sell. It can be security cost, it can be janitor cost, it can be factory manager's cost, it can be rent cost. So you should know what are the costs under this admin, right? Admin. Any cost relating to factory, office, right? Any cost related to office maintenance, it is there. Then security, janitorial, rent, electricity for office and peripheral works. Then telephone. These things comes under admin overhead. Right? Then selling. Expenses relating to sales. Vehicle maintenance. Sale vehicle maintenance. Factory manager's vehicle maintenance goes here. Right? Advertisements. Billboards and those things. Selling vehicles. All those things. Any expense relating to sales comes here. Expenses relating to manufacturing comes here. Expenses relating to selling comes here. Right? Then we have finance expenses. Any expense excluding interest. Any expense paid to banks excluding interest. Api checkbook charges, facility charges, commissions, LC opening charges, renewal charges, anything except for interest. Any payment made to banks over and above interest is finance expenses. It can be facility renewal charges, it can be facility charges, it can be check return charges, it can be commission paid, it can be fees paid, anything paid to the bank except for interest comes here. Right? Admin, selling, and finance. Right? Admin covers this part. Selling covers all sales related ones. Finance expenses comes under the any expense made to banks over and above interest. අපි බැංකුවට ගෙවන්න සියලුම දේවල් interest error. Interest අපි ගන්න වෙනම අනික දේවල් සියල්ලම commission වෙන්න පුළුවන්, fees වෙන්න පුළුවන්, charges වෙන්න පුළුවන්, check return charges ඒ ඔක්කොම මෙතනට එන්නේ. selling එකට යනවා මේ sales සම්බන්ධ සියලුම වියදම්. administration කියන්නේ එදිනෙදා business එක දුවා ගන්න, maintain කරගන්න යන වියදම් ටික. අපිට සිකියුරිටි වලට ගෙවන්න වෙනවා, රෙන්ට් එකට ගෙවන්න වෙනවා, ඔෆිස් එකේ වැඩ කරන අයට ගෙවන්න වෙනවා, සැලරිස් වෙනවා මෙතනට. මෙතනට කියන්නේ wages කියලා, මෙතනට කියන්නේ salaries කියලා. හරි? salaries වෙන ඔෆිස් එකේ ක්ලාක්ලා දෙන්නේ 3 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවනේ, ඒගොල්ලෝගේ පඩිය එන්නේ මෙතනට. එතකොට වටේට ලයිට් දාලා තියෙනවා නම් ඒකේ ලයිට් බිල් යන්නේ වෙනම නම් ඒ ටික එන්නේ මෙතනට. ටෙලිෆෝන් බිල් එක එන්නේ මෙතනට. ඒ වගේ ඉදිරියන ඇඩ්මිනිස්ට්‍රේෂන් එකට ඕනේවා මෙතනට එනවා. selling and distribution එකට ඕනේවා මෙතනට එනවා. finance එකට යන වියදම් ටික මෙතනට එනවා. audit charges උත් මෙතනටයි එන්නේ. So these are overheads. Right? This is overhead. If it is D, then we have profit before interest and depreciation. එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි ඒකට කියනවා PBID කියලා. Right? එතකොට මේක හැදෙන්නේ C minus D තමයි PBID කියන්නේ එක අප E කියලා ගමු. Right? Profit before interest and depreciation equals C. C is gross profit minus overhead. It is E. That is our profit before interest. අපේ gross profit taking එහෙම නැත්නම් මේකට අපිට තව කියන වචනයක් තියෙනවා contribution. Contribution එහෙම නැත්නම් gross profit taking overheads අඩු කරාම හම්බෙන ලාභයට අපි කියනවා profit before interest and depreciation කියලා. Right? එතකොට ඒක අපේ දෙවනි ලාභය. That's the second profit type we have. Right? I will erase this part. Hope you are writing down. PBID equals C minus D, which is equal to E here, right? After that, we have interest, two types, short-term interest and long-term interest, and depreciation, right? After profit before interest and depreciation, we have two cost categories. Firstly, interest. Any interest we paid to banks, any interest we paid to the banks is coming here. It can be short term. Any facility which needs to be settled before 12 months is a short-term facility. It can be a POD, it can be import line, it can be a short-term facility, anything, it is here. PODs, import lines, short-term facilities, packing credit facilities, export facilities, all those things are coming here. Long-term interest are any facility which needs to be paid over 12 months period comes here. The interest portion of leases also comes here because leases are more than 12 months. All interest expenses are here, right? Then we have depreciation. How do you get this? From bank statement, you can identify this with CRIB. In the CRIB, you have monthly commitment. Right? Your interest and capital comes here. So from the monthly commitment, if it is a EMI, or if it is monthly 15,000, you can match it with crib and take the interest portion, or you can have an average interest as well. අපි දන්නවා නම් කොච්චරද facility outstanding කියලා අපිට average interest එකක් work out කරගන්න පුළුවන් rate එක දන්නවනම්. right? ඒ කොයි ක්‍රමයකට ගියත් interest එක තමයි අපි identify කරගන්න ඕනේ. මෙයා බැංකුවකට කොච්චර interest ගෙවනවද කියන එක. crib එකේ තියෙනවා නම් 10 million facilities ඒකට සාධාරණ වෙන විදිහට interest රටන තියෙන්න ඕනේ. right? If your crib says he has 10 million facilities, you need to have a comparable interest amount there. We have 10 million facilities, interest declared is only 50,000 rupees. It is not practical. Right? You need to match all these figures with the all available information. Right? So that is interest. Interest covers short-term interest, long-term interest, both together, including leases. Long-term include leases. Right? In order to work out that, you can use bank statement, crib, these things. By using that, you can work out that. Then we have depreciation. That is the allocation from the profit for wear and tear of our fixed assets. That is the allocation of profit to replace our fixed assets due to wear and tear. Right? Depreciation කියන්නේ අපේ fixed assets replace කරන්න ටික ටික ගෙවිලා වැඩ කළා ඉවර වෙලා කාලයත් එක්ක ඉවර වෙනවා fixed assets කියන එක. එතකොට ඒක replace කරන්න අපි profit එකෙන් කොටසක් අයින් කරනවා. අන්න ඒක තමයි depreciation විදිහට යන්නේ. එතකොට depreciation වලට building අපි හිතනවා buildings වලට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් 20 year life එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා. එතකොට building මේ වටිනාකමෙන් 100%ක් වගේ තමයි annual depreciation එක කියලා ගන්නෙ. සමහර machines වලට machinery අපි හිතනවා 110ක් කියලා. මොකද අපි හිතනවා යාගේ life span එක සාමාන්‍ය machine එකක life span එක අවුරුදු 10ක් කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ vehicles වලට එහෙම නැත්නම් තව පොඩි machines වලට අපි අවුරුදු 5ක life span එකක් දැම්මොත් 20% වෙනවා. අවුරුදු 4ක life span එකක් දැම්මොත් 25% වෙනවා. හරි? මේ විදිහට depreciation වලට chart එකක් තියෙනවා. මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට දීපු එක handout එකක මේ හැම point එකක් ගැනම කතා කරලා තියෙනවා. P&L projection මට මතක විදිහට handout එකේ නම මේ හැම point එකක්ම කතා කරලා තියෙනවා. depreciation table එකකුත් තියෙනවා. I have given you a handout, P&L projection, if I can remember correctly. We will look at those handouts later, and on that I have given a depreciation table. In that handout I have discussed each and every point what I am discussing today. Right? So depreciation you have to work out. Normally in SMEs they will not allocate that, but whenever there are fixed assets, you need to work out depreciation and include it. Otherwise we have a different picture. We are overstating the profit. We are not allocating funds for future replacement of fixed assets. Right? Always you have to work out the depreciation, because SMEs tend to neglect depreciation. Right? Make it done පුළුවන්. So you can use the table එක දීලා තියෙනවා වගේ ඒක use කරන්න පුළුවන් as a practice. There are different ways of depreciating. However, I'm talking about straight line method of depreciation. Right? Then ඊට පස්සේ එනවා profit එකට අපි කියනවා operating profit. Right? මේ ටිකට අපි F කියලා ගත්තොත් මේක G වුණොත් G සමාන වෙනවා E minus F. Right? Operating profit. මේක තමයි operation එකෙන් ඒ කියන්නේ business එකෙන් මේ මූලික operation එකෙන් ලැබෙන profit එක. This is the profit we generate from our main line of business. Right? That is the profit we are generating from our main line of business. Then we have something called other income. Any income the business generate over and above or away from the main line of business is called other income. If I am a shoe manufacturer, but I have rented out part of my premises to someone else, so I am getting a rent income. That is not my main line of business. My main line of business is shoe manufacturing. So this rent income goes as other income. Then I am a printer. Right? The income generated from printing comes here. Income generated by selling the offcuts of printing material comes here. Right? If I am a shoe manufacturer, all my shoes goes there. The base material which I am selling to someone else comes here. Right? Like that, any income which is away apart from the main line of business comes here. Other income කියන්නේ අපේ මූලික business එකෙන් generate නොවන ඒකට පරිබාහිරව generate කරන income. මගේ factory එකේ කොටි කෑල්ලක් මම කාට හරි rent කරලා තියෙනවා. එහෙමනම් ඒ rent income එක යන්නේ other income එකක් විදියට මගේ නිෂ්පාදනයේ ආදායම යන්නේ main income එක විදියට. හැබැයි මගේ business එක rent කරනවා නම් මගේ rent income එක ඉන්නේ මෙතනට. මම printing shop එකක් නම් කරන්නේ print කරලා හම්බෙන සල්ලි turnover කියනවා. එතකොට මේ අර කැපිලා අයින් වෙන cardboard කෑලි විකුණලා හම්බෙන එක other income වෙනවා. මම සපත්තු හදන එක්කෙනෙක් නම් සපත්තු වල වියදම විකුණුවාම වෙන සල්ලි මෙතනට යනවා. අමතර මේ rubber කෑලි විකුණන එක other income වෙනවා. Any income which is coming out of the main business is other income. Right? G, if it is H, profit before tax. Tax, then profit after tax. This is PBT, this is PAT. Right? So this is GHI equals G plus H. If tax is J, if this is K, I minus J is tax. Profit after tax, right? However, like we call this one, this line, right? Net profit. We are not that much bothered about tax. If we call net profit, that is profit before tax. We are not given due consideration for tax, right? You can stop there as net profit also. Okay. So this is our P&L. This is how we generate income. This is called financial performance of a business, right? This depends on the operations and performance of the business. Ape business එකේ performance මත තමයි මේ පෙන්නන්නේ. මම කෑලි 10000ක් විකුණනවා, ඊට පස්සේ 25000ක් විකුණනවා, 30000ක්. performance වැඩි වෙන්න P&L එක හොඳට හැදීගෙන එන්න ඕන. Right? Are you comfortable with this P&L? If a customer comes in front of you, you should be able to fill this each item. That is the aim of this entire day's discussion. Because P&L and balance sheet is our horoscopes of the business. Your aim of discussion is to understand P&L and balance sheet. Are you okay with P&L? Can I know? Or you want me to explain any point on P&L?
So why don't we consider profit after tax, since tax also affects profitability?
Yeah, that is true, but we hardly pay tax, right? When you talk to SMEs, they are very rarely paying tax because our tax brackets are high. See, we have different things. We have sole proprietorships, we have partnerships, we have limited liability companies, right? Sole proprietor, it is like us. If you are earning more than 250,000 here, if your profit is more than 250,000 per month, only you have to pay tax. It is beyond our control. The bankers control whether they are paying, because they will, there are other calculations, depreciation need to be added up and all those things in calculating. So it is better if you can take a profit after tax, but if it is not available, even knowing that this is the profitability level of the business, that's good for us. Is it clear for you?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Right? So I need you to master this, because SME banking, finding this is the most difficult. If you find it, you know the business, right? Because see, a business person can go in big vehicles, can have big houses, can have a luxury houses and factories. But if the business is not operating well, it is shown by this, because they can maintain all those things with credit purchases and bank borrowings as well. Benz එකේ ගියාට lease එකක් තියෙන්නේ. Lease එක ගෙවා ගන්න බැරි වුණොත් we are in trouble. We are, see, credit is like marrying. We need to know where we are going. If you select the wrong partner, you are in trouble. Similarly, you are going to give your money. If you give your money to wrong person, you are in trouble. So it is not once the money goes out of the bank, it is very difficult to bring it in. So you need to decide to whom you are giving your money. So when we discuss 5 C's of credit, first is what? character to find the proper person, right? So this part shows you the performance of the business, right? So let's go to the handouts. This one, profit and loss statement projection. I have given you small notes on all items, right? So you can have an idea about it. Those things. This is the depreciation table. Depreciation. Then you have taxes are this. I couldn't update this part, right? It has to be updated, right? Personal income tax. First two, it goes as personal income tax. This is 24 now, I think. I'm not sure about that, right? All those things. So you can have a look, right? Then this is, I will discuss later. This is the other parts we have to finish, hopefully today. Right, we'll go back to board again. I'll take it here. Okay. We will start the balance sheet now. See, P&L is prepared for a period of time, right? Normally it is first April of a year to 31st 3 of another year. X1, X2, right? It is for a 12 months period. It can be for a quarter, it can be for a month as well. So when if it is not 12 months period, we term it as interim financials. Financial year, we denote financial year 2019-20 means starting from April 1st, 2019 to 31st, 2020. This is the ending period, right? This is a financial year. We denote like this. Then balance sheets are for a specific period. Balance sheet as at 31st 3 2020, like that. It is for a specific date. This is a snapshot. Here we call financial position. This is financial performance. P&L is the financial performance of the company. This is financial position of the company, right? Financial position of the company. So it is for a day. This is for a period. I have a reason to tell you that. Just remember this. P&L is for a period. Balance sheet is for a specific day, right? Then balance sheet is done on at cost basis, right? Firstly, there are different ways of writing balance sheets. I am following one way. I will tell you what is the other way. Balance sheet will start with fixed assets. Land, building, machinery, equipment, vehicles, work in progress, gross fixed assets, right? අපි P&L එකක් හදන්නේ period එකකට. අවුරුද්දකට වෙන්න පුළුවන්, කාර්තුවකට වෙන්න පුළුවන්, මාසයකට වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Period එක 2019-20 කියලා කිව්වොත් 19 කියන්නේ පටන් ගත්ත අප්‍රේල් 1 වෙනිදා තිබ්බ year එක, 20 කියන්නේ මාර්තු 31 ඉවර වෙච්ච year එක. Right? Financial year එකක් ලියන්නේ මාස 12ක එකක් ලියන්නේ මේ විදිහට 19 20. ඒ කියන්නේ 1/4 2019 ඉඳන් 31/3 2020ට තමයි මේ financial year එක denote කරන්නේ. හරි? අපි මාස දෙකක මාස 1 මාස 3ක මාස 9ක වගේ පෙන්නනවා නම් ඒවට අපි කියනවා interim accounts කියලා. right? P&L එක හදන්නේ period එකකට, balance sheet එක හදන්නේ එක දවසකට. asset 31යි 12යි 2020. ඔය විදිහට ඒ දවසට ඒ ආයතනයේ financial position එක පෙන්නන එක තමයි අපි balance sheet එක කරන්නේ. P&L එකෙන් කරන්නේ financial performance එක පෙන්නන එක. ඒගොල්ලෝ කොහොමද මේක පාත්වගෙන යන්නේ කියන එක. එතකොට balance sheet එකේ first item ටික තමයි fixed asset. Any asset which has a useful life more than 12 months is termed as a fixed asset. Any asset which has a useful life more than 12 months is called a fixed asset. ඕනෙම ස්ථාවරවත්කමක් කියන්නේ අපිට මාස 12කට වැඩි ජීවිත කාලයක් නේ මොකක්ද ඒකට කියන්නේ ප්‍රයෝජනවත් කාලයක් තියෙන asset එකක් fixed asset. එතකොට land, building, machinery and equipment, these are two different things. If it is a production line, all the machines you use for production goes here. Computers, you don't have fax machines, photocopies, telephones, all those things are short-lived. Maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, like that. All others are here. Then vehicles, and we have something called work in progress. Work in progress. If we are constructing the building, the material you have brought in and partly building goes here, right? Until unless you complete your building, you will not put it here. It is here, work in progress, right? Now the problem is how to identify the cost the business person has invested on these items, right? I'm a shoe manufacturer. I have a 1 acre land. Am I supposed to take 1 acre, value of a 1 acre here? No, you are not supposed to take the value of 1 acre. I have a 1 acre land, this is your security, but it is not the balance sheet. My factory is in 40 purchase. Then you need to take a value for that 40 purchase, not 1 acre. Full archer, right? 40 purchase. How do you take the value? That is a very critical issue. Best way is to take the deed value. But deed values are understated. We have gift deeds, we have inherited deeds, right? Because this is the place, if we take it wrong, we will overstate the owner's equity. See what happened. You have a 1 acre, right? This 1 acre values 10 million, right? 10 million. All other things, maybe another 10 million, 20 million, right? Now, owner comes to us and say, I have invested 20 million. I want 20 million from you. 20. If it is okay, 40 million, bank can give you 20 million. But he has not actually invested 10 million for the land, because this is the only part he is utilizing for the business. So you need to take a value for this only. This part is not the business, right? So always take the value for the land which is utilized for the business. To get that, you can use deed value, but if it is understated, then we have a issue. Or because gift or inherited properties, they have not invested anything. So what we can do, you can take a valuation, current value. Strictly speaking, you can't allocate anything if it is gifted or this, right? But from the valuation, you can take something like 50%, even conservatively 25% of the value here. Again, not for the entire thing, for the amount, because they have not invested anything. Otherwise, they will overshow you the amount. So bank funding will be more. අපි හරියටම land එකට ගිය වියදම දැනගන්න ඕනේ. අපි දන්නේ නැති වුණොත් land එකට ගිය වියදම හරිය එක කීයද කියලා අපිට ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙනවා. මොකද අපිට කස්ටමර්ගෙන් ලොකු මුදලක් ආව විදියට පේන්නේ මේ land එකෙන් තමයි. අක්කරයක් තියෙන එක්කෙනෙක්ගේ අක්කරේම බිස්නස් එකට පාවිච්චි වෙන්නේ නැත්නම් අපි ගන්න ඕනේ ඒ පාවිච්චි වෙන ප්‍රමාණය විතරයි. deed value එක තමයි හොඳම එක ගන්න. හැබැයි deed value එක අඩුවෙන් දාලා තියෙන වෙලාවල් වලට මේක අපිට පාවිච්චි කරන්න බැරි වෙනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් ටැග් එකක් විදියට හම්බෙච්ච ඉඩමක් නම් ඒත් දාන්න බැරි වෙනවා. පරම්පරාවෙන් එන ඉඩමක් නම් ඒත් දාන්න බැරි වෙනවා. එතකොට අපි valuation එකක් අරගෙන ඒ valuation එකෙන් යම් සාධාරණ මුදලක් අතට දාන එක තමයි කරන්න ඕනේ. We have to be honest to ourselves. Right? Otherwise what will happen? 1 minute. What will happen? We will overstate the sponsor's equity. Right? So that is the deed. Land value. Then building area, which is in square feet, right? And for building per square feet value. It can be a warehouse like. It can be office building. Tiled, cemented, number of stories. All these things matter when you decide on this. So they will say, I spent 40 million for this. Then you have to work out and see whether this is true or not. 40 million for 5,000 square feet. That is 8,000 per square feet. Is high side. So 5,000 to 6,005 is a good value for per square feet. Right? So you need to have a basic idea in the area what is the cost, because construction cost in Colombo is different from construction cost in Kandy. Give me 1 minute, please. Right? So you need to know building, you need to know the area, and you have to work out per square feet and see whether this is true or not. Right? Don't let them overestimate. This is purge value. This is number of square feet into per square feet value. Right? Then machinery, it can be invoice values. Equipment also invoice values. Vehicle invoice values. You can check these things in market. අපි දන්නවා මාකට් එකේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මේ vehicle එකක් යන්නේ කීයටද කියලා. Right? අපි දන්නවා මාකට් එකේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මේ machine මොන හරි machine එකක් නම් machine එකට යන්නේ කීයද. So those things we can find it out. Only these two they can manipulate. right? Then vehicle, this one you can't do anything. It's the value they are giving, you have to take. So at cost, all these things are called gross fixed assets. Then we have, if it is A, we have less accumulated depreciation. That means we had depreciation on P&L. Accumulation, year on year accumulation comes here. If it is B here, net fixed assets C equals A minus B. Gross fixed assets, that is the assets at cost less accumulated depreciation. It is not that year's depreciation, it is the accumulated depreciation, year on year added up depreciation. Net fixed assets is A minus B net fixed assets, right? That is the fixed assets part. Hope you have written it down. I just erased, right? These are the verification methods for that. Then we will go to current assets. So fixed assets. Then we have current assets, right? Current assets. Any asset which has a useful, which can be converted to cash within 12 months period is called current assets. Any asset which can be converted to cash within 12 month period is considered current asset. Current asset කියලා කියන්නේ ඕනම asset එකක් අපිට මාස 12ක් ඇතුළත මුදල් බවට පරිවර්තනය කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Right? Current assets පළවෙනියෙන් එන්නේ inventory. තොගය. Right? This is inventory, right? We have several things here. Raw material, work in progress, finished goods, packing material also comes under raw material. So it can, raw material can be divided into raw material for production, packing material, right? ඒ විදිහට කඩා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඉන්වෙන්ටරි එකේ raw material තියෙනවා, work in progress එක කියන්නේ අපි හිතමු production line එකක් නම් factory එකේ ඕනෙම ගන්න වෙලාවක හදලා ඉවර වෙච්ච නැති පෑන් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒතකොට ඒ ටික යන්නේ finish good විදියට. shirt manufacturing plant එකක් නම් shirt එකක් විදියට හදලා ඉවර වෙච්ච නැති. මේ රෙද්ද යන්නේ buttons ටික යන්නේ raw material කියලා. production line එකේ භාගෙට කැපිලා ඉතුරු තාම production එක කරගෙන යන ඒවා යන්නේ work in progress කියලා. finish goods කියන්නේ හදලා විකුණන්න ලෑස්ති වෙච්ච ටික finish goods. So if it is a production line for shirts, the cloth, the buttons, then threads, all those things are raw material. Whatever in the production line which is yet to convert to a finished good, is semi-finished goods are called work in progress. If once the shirt is manufactured and ready for sale, then it is finished goods, right? So raw material is very critical. That is another point where they can underestimate or overestimate, right? When it comes to banks, they overestimate. When it goes to tax, underestimate, right? There can be other problem here, obsolete stocks. What is obsolete stock? Right? Obsolete stock is stocks where we can't sell. It is obsolete, it is damaged, but still we are holding as stocks. Right? Sometimes under these stocks, even vehicle spare parts are there. I have a fleet of vehicles, so all the spare parts, I have brought in some tires, additional tires, that is there. So when you are evaluating, you have to take all those things out. Otherwise, you will be in trouble because it will give a completely different picture. I will tell you what is the problem when I am discussing the financial evaluation or ratio analysis, right? So you have to check the stocks that has to be in line with your production. Whatever used for the production, only we are taking for calculation. But it can be overestimated or underestimated. Again, there can be obsolete stock within the stocks that we should be able to identify. So අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් ඔයා මොකටද මෙච්චර ස්ටොක් එකක් තියාගෙන ඉන්නේ. ඒක ඇහුවාම කස්ටමර්ම කියයි සර් නෑ එච්චර නෑ මේකේ මෙහෙම දේවලුත් තියෙනවා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ අහන්න ඕනේ මේකේ විකුණ ගන්න බැරි ඒවා තියෙනවා. රිටර්න් වෙච්ච ස්ටොක් තියෙනවා. පරණ වෙච්ච ඒවා තියෙනවා. ඒක ඕගොල්ලෝ අහන්න ඕනේ. මගේ ගාව සර් ස්ටොක් තියෙනවා 150 මිලියන් වල. මම මාසෙකට විකුණන්නේ 5 මිලියන් වල. හරි? එතකොට මාසෙකට විකුණන්නේ 5 මිලියන් වල 50 මිලියන් වල ස්ටොක්ස් තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මාස 10ක ස්ටොක්ස් තියෙනවා. මොකටද එච්චර තියාගන්නේ? නෑ සර් රිටර්න් වෙච්ච ඒවා තියෙනවා. මම තාම අයින් කරලා නැහැ. හරි ඒ ප්‍රශ්නේ අපි අහන්න දැනගන්න ඕනේ. ඒක අහන්න දැනගන්න අපි මේ ස්ටොක්ස් කියන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා දන්නවනම් විතරයි අපිට ඒක කරන්න පුළුවන්. මේ ළඟදී අපි ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකක් ඉවැලුවේට් කළා. ඒකේ තිබ්බා ඒගොල්ලෝ හදන්නේ මේ ලයිට් කණු. ඒකේ තිබ්බ දවස් 200 ගානක ස්ටොක් එකක්. එහෙම 200 ගානක ස්ටොක් එකක් තියාගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ නෑ. එයාට නිෂ්පාදනය කරන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට බලනකොට අපි දැක්කේ කැඩිලා අයින් කරන ස්ටොක්ස් උත් ඒකේ තියෙනවා. රිජෙක්ට් වෙලා ආපු ස්ටොක් උත් ඒකේ තියෙනවා. Right? So recently we were evaluating a business. There they were manufacturing electric poles and they had 200 days on stocks, which is not necessary because they can manufacture continuously. So no point stocking, right? They were rejected and damaged stocks, which they have not taken out and it was there. Then there was one friend of mine, like he was into construction and he just maintained huge stock of steel. No point maintaining stock of steel because it is not rare. Prices are not fluctuating. It is easily available. Then why are we maintaining that kind of stock was question. because money is dumped on stocks. You need to work with the minimum stock levels. Then only you can use your money effectively. The Japanese just in time came because of this stock maintenance, stock management. Right? So you should have a brief idea about all those things when you are talking to a customer. You should always be, why are you keeping this much stock? This is your stock level. Why? You have to identify whether there are non-production stocks, that means not relating to the main line stocks. It can be spare parts or anything. Then you have to identify whether there are obsolete stocks, because these are not, if you use all those things and calculate your ratios, you will get a very different picture, which is not good, right? Stock levels. Then we have debtors. We had credit sales on P&L. All the sales done on credit is termed as debtors. There are also, you can have uncollectible debtors. You have to identify those things, right? My monthly sales is 5 million. Turnover, how was it? Turnover, credit, cash, percentage, period. It is coming here. We will rework that, right? All credit sales are going here. We need to check whether these debtors are within this period or is there uncollectible debtors in that. Here you have to see whether obsolete stocks, right? So monthly sale එකයි මේ percentage එකයි මේ period එකයි පාවිච්චි කරන්න වෙනවා මේවා හොයාගන්න. So that's why it is like a chain. It is linked. One by one it is linked. If the customer start telling lies, you can verify these things, right? So it is debtors. Any other payments made? Advance payment or any other payments made will go there. Like I have given some money to the owner, right? Directors, it can go there. I have made some advance payment for proper raw material purchases, or I have made some advance payment for some services. Anything can go here, right? All the money you can collect within 12 months period is termed as current assets. Then finally it is cash in hand and bank. Bank balance again, you can take this one, you have to ask this, right? All those things. You have to make sure what are the investment he has done, he or she has done, which can be converted to cash within 12 months. I have paid some advance rent. I have paid some raw material which I have not received. All those things are here, right? Current assets. Then we have current liabilities, right? That is any liability which need to be settled within 12 months period is called current liabilities. Any liability which need to be settled within 12 months period is current liability. අපිට මාස 12ක් ඇතුළත ගෙවන්න ඕනේ සියලුම දේවල් අපි current liabilities විදිහට ගන්න. මාස 12ක් ඇතුළත ගෙවන්න ඕනේ. Mainly it is creditors, trade creditors or creditors. That means for raw material or service purchases, right? අපි ණයට ගත්ත දේවල් අපි මාස 12ක් ඇතුළත ගෙවන්න ඕනේ ණයට ගත්ත දේවල්. Normally it is trade creditors. Inventory is trade, this also trade, right? Whatever we have taken on credit for the operation of the business, right? Main line of business, that is trade credit. Creditors comes there. Then any other payment like EPF, ETF not paid, light bills not paid, telephone bills not paid, security bill not paid, janitor bill not paid, anything not paid, we need to pay within 12 months. Item we need to pay. So you can ask those things. Light bill ගෙවන්න තියෙනවද, වතුර bill ගෙවන්න තියෙනවද, security bill ගෙවන්න තියෙනවද, මොනවා හරි ගෙවලා නැති දෙයක්. Accrued expenses which you have not paid but you need to pay. That kind of a thing you can ask. Then this part ends with what we call ODs and short term. This is bank ODs and short term facilities, right? So this is B. Current assets is C. Current liabilities are D. Then net current assets stroke current liabilities, if it is E, C minus D is that, right? C minus D is net current assets or current liability. If it is current liabilities are more net current liabilities. Then we have something called total asset, which is F. F equals C. Sorry, wrong. This is C. This is E. C. This is D. This is E. This is F. This is G, right? So it is C. This is D plus minus E, right? C plus F G. Total asset is net current assets plus net fixed assets plus net current assets is called total assets. That is the investment in the business, right? Investment in the business. This is the long-term asset, any asset which has a useful life more than 12 months. This is any asset which has a useful life less than 12 months, which can be converted to cash within 12 months is current assets. This is any liability which needs to be settled within 12 months is current liabilities. Total asset is net fixed assets plus net current assets is total assets, right? Then we have the other part, which is, you can see this, finance by. You have how the balance sheet is being financed, how the balance sheet is being financed. Equity, then reserve, P&L, reserves, net worth, term loans, leases, total capital employed, right? It is like we have G here, that is the total investment in the business, how the business has been invested. How much have you invested in the business? The owner may have invested some money. Year on year profits, accumulated profits is here. Combining these two, it is the net worth. Then you have leases and term loans. You can take this from crib. This plus this is total assets, total equity. So financed by the owner's funds, which is equity plus profit. We termed it as net worth. So this is H, right? Term loans and leases, which can be taken from the crib mainly. If it is I, this is J, total capital, that is H plus I is total capital. Total capital is H, net worth, that is the owner's funds part. This is the bank funding part, term loans and leases. H plus I is J. J is total capital invested. This part shows what are the investment we have done, right? This smaller part shows how this investment has been done. So your aim is to find out all these things. So you can start asking what is the investment in land, building, machinery, this way you go on. Then inventory stock levels, debtor levels, any other thing. Then cash, how much cash you have in hand, like that. And then you have the creditors, what you have to pay. Then any other things, you have accrued expenses, short-term and ODs, you can take it from crib, or you can ask them. Even the bank statements will show you that. Then net current asset, total investment in the business. Then how did you invest this amount? You can find out the long-term borrowings from crib. Normally crib is 90-95% accurate. You can take the crib and take all the long-term borrowings there. Then you know this one, then you can identify how much the owners has invested. If we have identified these things wrong, we have an issue. If we have identified these things wrong, we will overestimate this one. That's why I want you to look at it very thoroughly. See, actual investment here is 5 million. But based on the information, he says he has invested 20 million. Right? Actual investment for building is 2. We have taken it as 5. Actually, he has invested 7. We are taking it as 25. So what will happen? Term loans, he has 15 million, 5 million term loans. We estimate his equity as 20 million. So it is 25. We say it is very low gearing company. Hey, business bank working around 5 million විතරයි. ඒක ටික customer ගෙනාවා කියලා තමයි අපි හිතන්නේ. මොකද අපි හිතාගෙන යන්නේ මෙන්න මේ විදිහට. ඇත්තටම වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මේක. එතකොට ඇත්තමටම නම් පහක් බැංකුවෙන් දෙකයි යාගේ අතින් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. තව සල්ලියක් අපිට දෙන්න බෑ. but මේ විදිහට හිතාගෙන ගියොත් අපිට වෙන්නේ අපි හිතනවා 20ක් යාගේ අතින් දාලා අපි 5යි බැංකුවකින් දීලා තියෙන්නේ 5යි 25යි අපිට තව මේකට funds දෙන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. So we have an issue. In order to avoid that, we need to find out each figure properly. Right? What happened is, this is the actual investment. But we take the land market value, building market value, then 5, 25. We think the business, I'm assuming nothing here. We have invested 25 million. How has that finance? From the trip, they show only 5 million long-term facility. Then it is 25. If the long-term facilities are 5, we assume that equity and profit part, the owner's capital part is 20 million. This one. When it is 20 million, we say it is very low geared company. Why? Very limited borrowing from the bank, major portion from the owners, right? That is what overestimated balance sheet will show you. But actually what happened is he has invested only 5 million for the land, 2 million for the building. They have taken 5 million from banks. He has invested only 2 million. Right? This is the actual scenario. Overestimated scenario. We want to find out this, avoid this. This is a bad position. This is a very good position. Right? All this labor is to avoid overestimating the balance sheet. If you overestimate, we will take wrong decisions. Therefore, customers, SME customers always try to show us they have invested this much, this big. They are doing their business in one small room of their house. They will give the entire house value as the building value. So you have to look at that. You have to be very practical. You have to understand the business first. When he says, I have an acre of land, you should be able to identify, okay, you are doing a grocery shop. Why are you talking about an acre? It is only 10 purchase we can take. Other thing is security. That is a different matter. But for the business, you have invested only small shop area. Right? That you have to be able to tell the customer. Right? So no overestimating. This is how. Then G here should match the J there. G should be equal to J. That means total asset should be equal to total capital employed. That is why balance sheet is balancing. Right? අපි හැමතිස්සෙම බලන්නේ අපේ balance sheet කියන්නේ business එක අයිති එක්කෙනා business එකේ යොදවලා තියෙන මුදල හරියට හොයාගන්නයි. Right? අපි overestimate කළොත් balance sheet එක overestimate කරන්න පුළුවන් තමයි තැන් තමයි mainly ඉඩබෙන් එහෙම නැත්නම් building එකෙන්. හරි? එතන ඕ estimate වුණොත් අර බලන්න land එකට එයා ඇත්තටම වියදම් කරලා තියෙන්නේ මිලියන 5යි අපි ගන්නවා මිලියන 20ක් කියලා. මොකද අද land value එක ගොඩක් වැඩි වෙලා. එහෙම නැත්නම් එයා පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ පොඩි land එකක් අපි ගන්නවා මුළු land එකේම වටනවා. එතකොට අපි ලොකු ගාණක් දානවා. බිල්ඩින් එකට ගිහිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ 2 මිලියන් අපි දාලා 5 මිලියන්. එතකොට මිලියන 25ක් ඉන්වෙස්ට් කළා කියලා පෙන්නනවා. ක්‍රිබ් එක ගත්තාම මිලියන 5ක් බැංකු වලින් අරන් තියෙනවා. එතකොට මිලියන 20ක් එයාගේ අතින් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. වැරදි අදහසක්. අපි කියනවා පොඩ්ඩයිනේ බැංකුවකින් අරන් තියෙන්නේ. Indigo, just hold on. I will answer your question. Right? බැංකුවකින් අරන් තියෙන්නේ පොඩ්ඩයි. ඔක්කොම එයාගේ අතින් ඇවිල්ලා. අපි තව ලෙන් කරන්න යනවා. එතකොට ඇත්තම තත්ත්වය තියෙන්නේ බිස්නස් එකේ යොදලා දුවන මුදලේ 7 මිලියන් ඒකෙන් වැඩි හරියක් බැංකුවකින් අරන්. අපි තවත් දෙන්න ගියොත් බැංකුවම ෆයිනෑන්ස් කරපු ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකක් වෙනවා. ඒක හන්දා ඒක අවොයිඩ් කරන්න ඕනේ. Right, I have a question. What is it? What percentage can be lent as a percentage of net worth of a client? I will tell you that. I will give you answer, but I will tell you in detail when I'm doing the leverage ratios. Normally, we will take 60-40 basis. That means in a business, 60% can come, maximum of 60% can be come from the bank funding. Equity should be at least 40%, but preferably it is 50-50 is 60-40. Bank funding is 60%, equity funding is 40%. Did I answer you, Indigo?
Okay, sir.
Okay, right? So, under PNL, our aim was to find out the actual cost incurred in the operation of the business. Here, our aim is to find out the actual investment into the business, right? When we know these two, we know the business, right? Any questions from up to now? ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද මොනවා හරි? We will stop around 5 o'clock, right? But I want to clear because this is the foundations for rest of the lectures. If you have a very clear idea, we are through, right? And this is the foundation for your evaluation on SME business as well. Without knowing the P&L and balance sheet properly, you won't be able to get figures. Can I have some questions, please?
Sir, all these informations we can get it from their day books, no?
What is it?
These customers' information, all these we can arrive from their days book or the word of mouth what they are giving to the bank.
Correctness of the information.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is a combination. Like, see, P&L, yes, you can take from day books, whatever they write, right? And
Yeah.
it is a combination of the knowledge you have, your common sense, and the
Yeah.
market information. He will come and say, value of a perch in my area is 1 million rupees.
Yeah.
But if you know the area and if you can find out from your other customers or the market, if the perch is 500,000, always customers speak on the higher side. So you have to be careful about it. Right?
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Anyone else? like to hear your voices. I have spoken for almost 3.5 hours now.
Sir, small question.
Yes.
Now let's see, sir, the client has purchased a property with the land and building for 20 million, and he has taken a loan facility for 10 million.
Yeah.
In that case also, the client has separated part of the land for the business only, not the whole land, part of the land. So we consider on that part value. So when we come to the finance buy, we'll take total 10 million value, loan value.
Yeah, it is like this. If the land is 20 million, if he has given the 20 million, like if we have taken a commercial loan for 20 million, you have to take the entire land value.
Okay.
Right? If it is a housing loan or something he has taken, then you can separate it out. Because
loan also we can separate. No.
Sorry?
Loan facility amount also we can separate at the balance sheet.
Yes, you will have to, because it is not used for the business.
Okay.
But we will tackle that kind of issue when we are talking about the serviceability of a loan, debt service cover issue.
Okay. Right. Thank you, sir.
Right. That's all you have? Two things. First one is, I like to think you understood very well. Or second one is, you have not understood anything if you don't have questions. Okay. Right. I told you there are two ways of writing PN balance sheets. Right? This is one way. That is fixed assets, current assets, current liabilities, net current assets, right? Financed by equity part, debt part, total capital. This is total assets. This is how I wrote this one. Similarly, we have another way of writing fixed assets, current assets, total assets, current liabilities, debt and equity. This is total capital. Any of this is correct, right? Any of this is correct. This way or this way, right? Based on the method they use, anything is correct. This one, this part, or this one is called equity capital. This part is called debt capital. Equity capital or debt capital. Whatever the owner's funds used is equity capital. Bank side funds is debt capital. Right? So that's it on P&L and balance sheet. I will show you something else. Can you see this one?
No, sir.
You can't. Now? Can you see this one?
Yes, can.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Can see.
Let me see. Right. These are some net profit ratios, that is before interest, industry ratios used by two different banks on SME lending. Right? In order to take the profitability, you can use this one as well. I'll come to you as I am a grocery owner, right? Or shoe manufacturer. I'm a shoe manufacturer. I will come and I will tell, sir, I have a 5 million turnover per month. Straight away, you can take the industry average of this one. What is the industry average for shoe manufacturing? It is 17 to 20%. So you can say 18% and work out and think, okay, this is the profit he will have, right? So this is something you can use, right? If he has brought in your P&L and balance sheet and shows you a 40% profit margin, but your industry average is less than 20. So something wrong in that account, right? So you can use it because these ratios are being used by two banks. Two established banks are using these ratios, right? So if you can identify the turnover properly through a bank statement or something, you can use these ratios to find out what is his profits per annum and per day, per month. Based on that, we can decide the amount to lend. We will see how to do, but I just want to say this is the use of this, right? These are industry averages. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Right. So you can use it as an industry average in your day-to-day function. You can use that. Right. Okay. Because other lecture is lengthier, so I'm not going to start that. We will do that next week. Next week we will be finishing that. Fuel station net margin, isn't it there? Let me see. Fuel station net margin is not there. Yeah, Arjun is right. It is something less than 5%. 3 to 5 is a good guess for fuel stations. Anjana, sorry, not Arjun. Right? Thank you. It is because see from petrol you have how much? 2 rupees, less than 2 rupees 25 cents, right? So like that your margins are very thin. So 3% for, because if you are selling grease and all those things, it's a little higher, but not more than 5%.
So under subsector utilities petroleum, it says 3.9%.
Okay, right. Thank you. Right.
Poultry industry, is it comes under animal husbandry?
Poultry was there, I think. We can develop on this. This is what they use. I just got it from them. Animal husbandry 17.6. Specifically, it was done there. Power, poultry. No, it is not. Animal husbandry is there, 17.6. I will give you updated version with new additions I try, right? This is almost a years back. I got this from those two banks. Okay.
Yes.
Whatever you want, let me know. So I will can add that and give it to you. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. If you don't have any other questions, we will stop here and we will meet next week. And we will have at least 4-5 lectures to go because I have to finish several lectures. Then we will have to do the project. For the project, you need to work out Excel workings. Right? Okay. If you don't have any questions, I will stop here.